This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Welcome to News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. You're watching Kpvm TV and listening to Ace Country Radio on this Wednesday, July 7th. Thanks so much for joining us. Well, an update now to a story we brought you last night. A man wanted in connection with the weekend shooting in Pahrump is now in police custody.
25-year-old Anthony Bell is under arrest and has been booked into the Nye County Detention Center. The sheriff's office announced his arrest Tuesday evening. Bell had been identified as a suspect in a shooting Friday evening at a home on Lout Drive. The victim, who was struck twice, was flown to University Medical Center in Las Vegas, where he was reported to be in critical condition. The sheriff's office had asked for the public's help in locating Bell. He had fled the scene after the shooting and had been on the run ever since. Bell now faces several charges, including battery with use of a deadly weapon, resulting in substantial bodily harm, destroying or concealing evidence, and aiming a gun at a person.
Well, the Pahrump Holiday Task Force says its first annual Independence Day celebration was a big success. The community event included a parade, food, games, and prizes. Linda Wright says that they're already looking forward to next year.
We had 30 entrants into the parade. We started off right at 10 o'clock, and we had horses, and we had fire trucks, and we had muscle cars, and we had honor guards and floats, and we just had a whole bunch.
Everybody.
We just had so many people this year, and it was fantastic. We've got hamburgers, hot dogs, potato chips. We got lots of water. We're so thankful for Home Depot. They donated water to help us out. The Moose and Heritage Bible donated the 2 big grills to help us with the barbecue. And just the whole community's come together to help us and to come out and see it. It's just a good time, and that's what we wanted.
And while Wright played a key role in organizing this event, she says she had a lot of help.
I can't put this on without my committee. And I have a wonderful committee, and we worked very hard to put this on in a month. Our Grand Marshal this year was Fire Chief Scott Lewis. We felt that he doesn't get enough recognition in the community, and we wanted to see that he got some. And so we chose him to be our very first Grand Marshal for this parade.
Pahrump Holiday Task Force also handed out some awards for parade participants. The winners received a trophy. The award for most enthusiastic went to the Pahrump Gunfighters. Eddie Martinez was recognized as the most patriotic entry for his 4-wheel Surrey bike. Judges decided the most original parade entry was Sleep in Heavenly Peace. Port of Subs received the award for most family-friendly parade entry, and the Judges' Choice Award went to Muscle Cars of Pahrump. Wright herself even received some recognition. Ski Sensky presented her an award in recognition of and with appreciation for all she does to help the community.
Well, it's such a fun event. And congratulations to Fire Chief Scott Lewis on being the first Grand Marshal of that parade. And of course, all the parade winners. You can find out more about that by giving Linda Wright a phone call and with the Holiday Task Force and getting involved next time. Well, it's been a deadly week on Clark County roadways. Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating 3 separate crashes that took the lives of 3 individuals.
A pedestrian who was struck by a tractor-trailer on US 95 near Las Vegas Boulevard around 4 a.m. last Wednesday, June 30th, has died of their injuries. Nevada Highway Patrol says the adult male stepped from the right shoulder into the travel lane where he was struck. He was taken to University Medical Center following the crash, where he died 2 days later. Nevada Highway Patrol is also investigating another fatal crash that happened late last Wednesday night. 40-year-old Kelly Cover of Las Vegas was killed when she drove her SUV into an impact attenuator on the left-hand shoulder of I-15 north of St. Rose Parkway. She was the only occupant in the vehicle. And the third crash happened just before 3 a.m. on Thursday, July 1st. NHP investigators say a car traveling on I-11 near Horizon Drive drove onto the paved right shoulder, where it struck the rear of a semi-flatbed trailer, which was out of service and parked on the shoulder. The driver of the car, identified as 28-year-old Alexis Gonzalez of Las Vegas, died at the scene. The front seat passenger was transported to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Nevada Highway Patrol's Southern Command has recorded 39 fatal crashes this year, resulting in 47 fatalities.
Thanks so much to Brad Francis for that report. Well, in June of 1944, Servicemen's Readjustment Act of 1944, commonly known as the GI Bill, was signed into law. The GI Bill has undergone a number of changes over the years, but the goal remains the same: to provide military veterans additional unemployment benefits, job training, and housing assistance. Executive Director of the VA Education Service, Chairman Bogue, explains what the latest changes mean for veterans.
Some of the recent changes that transpired in the space of the GI Bill program is there's a lot of focus on high demand occupations. We've launched several new initiatives such as the Vet Tech program, which is a 5-year pilot program to assist students and to basically gain employment in the IT field and high demand occupations related to that field. We've also just recently launched the Veterans Rapid Retraining Assistance Program, which was part of the American Rescue Plan that was passed earlier this year. And that's to actually help unemployed veterans that have been impacted by COVID. So we have a number of efforts that are happening in our space to really be tailored to what's happening in the nation, that's happening in our economy, so we can make sure that folks are able to get trained up and get the right skills to get back into the workforce. I always tell individuals that, as a service member, if you decide that you don't want to use your benefits yourself, think about your spouse as well as your children. You can transfer your benefits to those individuals to leverage this program. Over the years, we have seen an increase in the number of beneficiaries who have utilized this benefit for their spouses and their children, where about 30% of the family members who are using this benefit for themselves versus the service member or the veteran. My favorite thing about the program is the fact that it provides access. It provides access to individuals who may not have that access normally if they didn't serve. We have individuals who sign up for the military and they give 2, 10, 20 years, 30 years to the military. And that the fact that after they come out, that they know that this is available for them. This tool is here for them to be able to leverage and be able to integrate back into society. I think that is just an amazing thing to see, an amazing opportunity for anyone who served this country.
Well, you can find out more information about the benefits available through the GI Bill by visiting the VA's website. And speaking of the Veterans Administration, the VA Southern Nevada Healthcare System, in partnership with Veteran Benefit Administration's Reno Regional Office and Nevada Department of Veterans Services, will host a virtual Veterans Town Hall via WebEx from 3 to 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, Tuesday, July 27th, following organizational leadership updates on the VA in response to the COVID-19 variants, vaccinations, and the delivery of care and service at the federal, state, and local levels. There will be a moderated question and answer session. Veterans can submit their questions via email at vhlaspao@va.gov in advance, or you can go to the chat box during the event. You can also give them a call, 404-397-1596. Of course, that once again, 404-397-1596. We'll have more news right after this break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. A vehicle is stolen from a local business and is returned. One man is taken into custody.
Detective Cooper responded to affordable classic auto sales in Pahrump in reference to 2 vehicle thefts. Upon arrival, he spoke to the owner, who stated that 2 vehicles had been stolen off his property over the weekend. One vehicle was located and recovered at 2-Star Towing. The other vehicle, a white 1997 Ford F-250 with a black automatic lift tailgate, was entered into the National Crime Information Center. Detective Cooper spoke with one of the employees, who stated that he thought it could have possibly been another employee that took the vehicles, and identified that employee as Tony Holland. The employee stated that Holland was homeless and had no phone or way to contact him. Another employee said that he would call law enforcement if he located Holland or the vehicle. Employees said that since the vehicles were stolen, Holland had not come to work. Detective Cooper checked back with the business several days later to see if anyone had made contact with Holland and saw the vehicle in the garage of the business. He confirmed that it was the stolen vehicle and asked dispatch to remove it from NCIC. The business had made contact with Holland and met up with him at the Horizon Market in Pahrump, where Holland gave them the keys to the stolen vehicle and told them where he had left it. The vehicle was allegedly wrecked and had to be towed back to the shop. Dispatch ran a status check on Holland and confirmed he had a warrant out of Nye County, and he also had a local address. Detective Cooper made contact with Holland, who stated that he would use some of the vehicles to run errands. According to the declaration of arrest, Holland said he told the business where he had left the vehicle and returned the keys. Holland said that none of the employees had permission to drive any of the vehicles at the business, especially the truck that was stolen, because it had already been sold. Tony Holland was then arrested for grand larceny of a motor vehicle and failure to appear after bail.
Well, a man is arrested on several charges after an investigation determines he allegedly took advantage of an incapacitated person.
On April 8th, detectives with the Snag unit located a stolen plate on a vehicle at a property known for having stolen belongings. A traffic stop was conducted on the vehicle, and the passenger was identified as Larry Avila. Avila was detained and read his rights. According to the declaration of arrest, he understood his rights and agreed to speak with law enforcement. Detectives located several items that did not belong to him, and he advised that they were in his possession because he was planning to bring the items to their owner, who was in the hospital. The items consisted of a woman's Nevada ID, 2 U.S. bank debit cards, 1 Capital One card, and a health insurance card. Avila said that the person these items belonged to had been in the hospital or rehab for some time at Spring Valley, but was unsure. Deputies were then advised that the victim was unable to communicate due to her health conditions and had been in the hospital for almost a year. Investigators were unable to confirm if Avila had permission to have her cards. When they asked Avila if he had used the debit cards, he denied doing so and was adamant that he was only taking them to her because he did not want to be responsible for them or other items in her home. Deputies were briefed that Health and Human Services had reported that they were the legal guardians of the victim, and they had information on fraud regarding her finances, but no report had yet been filed. Health and Human Services confirmed that the victim is in no condition to have intelligible conversations and has been deemed unable to make any decisions for herself. This was confirmed by her physician. During the course of the investigation, bank statements were reviewed that showed recent transfers to Avila and an account that opened an unsecured loan of $300. Statements obtained during the period the victim was hospitalized showed several transactions that directly benefited Avila. A criminal history check of Avila showed that he had previously been convicted of 3 or more felonies in the state of California. Nevada law states that a person convicted of 2 or more felonies must register with law enforcement within 48 hours of being in or remaining in the state. Larry Avila was arrested for 2 counts of exploitation of an older, vulnerable person, using another person's ID, 2 counts of unlawfully possessing another person's credit or debit card without the cardholder's consent, use of a credit or debit card and ID without consent, grand larceny, a convicted person failing to register with law enforcement within 48 hours, and violation of a condition or release.
Thanks, Krista, for that report. Well, Brightline West, who has proposed a high-speed rail system to serve travelers from Los Angeles to Las Vegas, has now purchased property south in the Las Vegas Strip for a depot. The 110-acre borders the I-15 freeway and has plans to connect travelers to McCarran International Airport's rental car facility and, of course, in close proximity to the Strip. They hope to have a groundbreaking next year to begin construction on the first leg of the train from Vegas to Victorville. News 25 will return on the other side of this break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, the American Red Cross continues to experience a severe blood shortage. Donors of all blood types, especially type O, are urged to make an appointment to give now to help ensure hospital shelves are stocked with blood products over the 4th of July weekend and beyond. Some hospitals are even being forced to slow the pace of elective surgeries until the blood supply stabilizes, delaying crucial patient care. The Red Cross is working to get the word out through special service announcements like this.
This is an American Red Cross blood donation alert. The Red Cross is facing a severe blood shortage and is urging eligible donors of all types to give now and help avoid delays in life-saving medical care for patients this summer. More donations are needed to replenish the blood supply and help address the extraordinary blood needs of hospitals and patients right now. Be a hero to a patient in need. Use the Blood Donor app. Visit redcrossblood.org or call 1-800-RED CROSS to make an appointment to help save lives.
Well, I got to get down there. Well, as a thank you, anyone who donates from July 7th through the 31st will receive a $10 Amazon gift card, plus a chance to win gas for a year. Well, if you wear a mask while working out, we've got some good news. A small study suggests there's no harm in masking up during exercise for most people.
What we found was that it is safe to run at peak exercise in both an N95 mask and a cloth face mask.
Cleveland Clinic's Dr. Matthew Kampert and colleagues studied 20 healthy people with an average age of 37. Participants ran on a treadmill to peak exhaustion while wearing an N95 mask, a cloth mask, and no mask. Results show none of the runners experienced any safety concerns while running in either type of mask. In addition, researchers did not detect any abnormal heart rhythms or unsafe drops in oxygen in the runners. They found the main reason participants stopped running was due to mask discomfort. According to the latest CDC guidelines, it's okay for people who are fully vaccinated to exercise indoors without a mask, but it's a different story for those who have yet to receive a vaccine.
If they have not been vaccinated, they should still continue to wear a mask for their own safety. But those who are vaccinated, they're not required to wear a mask, and it's not recommended by the CDC at this point in time.
Dr. Kampert says his study did not include people with underlying heart and lung problems or chronic disease. Those individuals should talk to their doctor about exercising with or without a mask. Complete results can be found in JAMA Network Open.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, it's John Kohler staring out the Kpvm weather window. Look at that Wheeler Pass. Beautiful desert scene today. Oh man, and we've got the most perfect desert weather going this week. We'll tell you all about it when we return.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the Kpvm Channel 25 Weather Studios. On a Wednesday, I'm doing my Wednesday dance. Woo! A lot of shoulders in that dance. I don't know why. Hey, let's take a look at the weather as we head up and down the state. Triple digits prevailing up north, 102, 104 degrees in Fernley and Fallon. Carson City, you got the cool spot with Tonopah at 98. Triple digits all the way down the rest of the state. 100 degrees in Goldfield. Beatty's at 108. Oh my gosh. Amargosa 113. Las Vegas edging them out at 114 in the temperature race. Death Valley making us all look silly at 124. They're doing a lap on us. But here in the paradise of Pahrump, well, let's take a look. 109 degrees. It's better than some places. How about that? 111 was our high today. South-southwesterly winds to 11 miles per hour as the sun rose in all its glory at 5:33 a.m. It's going to set this evening at 8:04 p.m. I'm guessing 8:04. Hey, good guess, Johnny. All right. I'm a big fan of the night, and we got an extra couple minutes back. There you go. Southeasterly winds tonight to 9 miles per hour, and 84 degrees will be where we're heading towards the morning. Let's take a look at how that sets us up for the week. Well, a whole lot of high temperatures, 110 degrees. Is sort of the average throughout the next week. Looks like we're going to be getting some cloud cover Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Looks like it's getting more interesting, intense, and severe. And maybe we'll even see some of those monsoonal rains that are so popular this time of year as we head towards the week. Things to look forward to. Good deal. All right, on a Wednesday, we're heading back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
All right, and thank you so much, John, for that report. Of course, make sure that the extreme weather, that you're taking care of your animals and any of your neighbors or family members. Please check on them and make sure that they're doing okay. Keep cool, and keep hydrated, wear some sunscreen. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell from all of us here at KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. Have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.